What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Alex Pereira roasts Khamzat Chimaev after Alex Pereira defeated Jiří Procházka to capture the light heavyweight title and cement his place in MMA history as a two-division champion. He quickly found himself on the receiving end of a call-out from undefeated contender Khamzat Chimaev, who's already expected to compete against the winner of UFC 297's Strickland vs. Du Plessis middleweight title fight. The call-out didn't sit well with fans, many of whom were quick to question why Chimaev was spending his time calling out Pereira, given that the two men already fight in different weight classes. While many fans wrote off the call-out, the light heavyweight champ took aim at Chimaev on social media, posting a clip from a movie where a man only wants to fight perfectly hand-picked competitors, along with the caption, "When Chimaev is choosing his opponents." So far, no response yet from Chimaev. However, the MMA community was quick to take note of the call-out. Of course, with Pereira expected to fight Jamahal Hill next year when the former champ is ready to return to the octagon, and Chimaev expected to fight the winner of Strickland vs. Du Plessis, it seems as though a potential fight is unlikely to happen. At the same time, however, Jiří Procházka has called for a fight with Chimaev, indicating that he would be happy to welcome him to the light heavyweight division. Next up, let's take a look at MMA Community exposes Garry. Garry has caught heat from the MMA community ahead of his scheduled clash with Vicente Luque. Although his relationship with his wife, who is 14 years his senior, has been a talking point in the past, it's a book that Garry's wife, Layla, published back in 2012, How to Be a Wag, that has sparked controversy this time around. The book description on Amazon, where it is available for purchase, indicates that the book is the ultimate guide on how to secure a celebrity boyfriend, creating quite a bit of controversy as fans question whether the goal of the book, combined with the age gap, was indicative of a manipulative or predatory relationship. MMA YouTuber The MMA Guru had previously made a video calling out Garry's wife for being a predator, sparking a back and forth on social media that quickly went viral. In what many took to be a response to MMA Guru, Garry posted a clip on Instagram from a documentary that he's working on.
If you were controlling, manipulative, if you had control of my funds, if you were so controlling that I didn't have a choice, if you were a wag, if you had any of these things, if any of them were remotely fucking true, I'd sit down and give you time and conversation. If anybody gave you spoke about any point that is remote true, and they have any understanding of it where they've met us and actually spoke to us and talked about it. But if it's some wanker with a beard talking about something online, that's running.
With MMA Guru unlikely to relent, this feud may just be getting started. Next up, let's take a look at Aspinall refuses to wait for Jon Jones' fight. After Tom Aspinall's win over Sergey Pavlovich, he quickly made it clear that he has no plans of sitting on the sidelines to wait for a clash between Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic to play out. Given that Jones still has a lengthy road to recovery, Aspinall doesn't want to be looking at a long layoff. In addition to calling for the UFC to strip Jones, Aspinall has continued to ask for a fight in order to remain active. While speaking in an interview with Fight Disciples about his future plans, Aspinall stated that he would even be open to boxing if it came down to it. At the end of the day, he just wants to remain active.
I want to be active, you know. I had a year off with the knee injury and stuff. Come back, if I do say so myself, I've looked pretty good in me too since then. Everything's been good. I'm in a really good spot right now. Let's keep me going, keep it moving. I don't want to be waiting around for Jon Jones, who knows if he's going to come back or not.
It's Jon Jones, he's completely unpredictable.
He doesn't know, nobody knows, so let's not hold the division up with that. Let me fight Stipe, or like you say, I'll fight another contender, or if possible.
The big question is whether the UFC will keep him on the shelf or oblige and give him another fight in the meantime. Following Aspinall's win over Sergey Pavlovich, Dana White stated that the interim champ had plenty of money to enjoy himself, leading many fans to believe that the UFC may plan on him sitting in the sidelines until the Jones vs. Miocic fight. Now let's shift gears and take a look at Dana White reveals UFC fight updates. UFC CEO Dana White took to social media to drop some big fight announcements on Thanksgiving, as well as an update to the upcoming UFC Fight Night Austin card, where Jalen Turner will now compete against Bobby Green in the co-main event after Dan Hooker's withdrawal. In addition, White confirmed that the upcoming Song Yadong vs. Chris Gutierrez fight would in fact take place at the Apex after the UFC moved the upcoming Shanghai card back to the United States. Included in the video, White also announced that the UFC 298 Volkanovski vs. Topuria card in February would take place at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. Last but certainly not least, White also shared news of a headlining fight between Joe Pyfer and Jack Hermansson for February 10th. The bout will see Pyfer look to make it 4 straight inside the octagon, after a July Dana White's Contender Series victory, while Hermansson will be looking to bounce back from a December loss to Roman Dolidze. That card will also play host to a clash between Trevin Giles and Carlos Paredes, which will see Giles look to bounce back from a July loss to Gabriel Bonfim, while Paredes will be looking to make his successful debut after a win on Dana White's Contender Series back in August. Last but certainly not least, we have another fight added to UFC 299 on March 9th, where Pedro Munoz and Kyler Phillips will clash in a bantamweight bout. Munoz will be looking to bounce back from a loss to Marlon Chito Vera back in August, while Phillips will be looking to make it 3 straight after a victory over Raoni Barcelos back in August. With the UFC now booking more bouts for March, expect fight announcements to keep on coming. Next, let's take a look at Justin Gaethje will knock out Max Holloway. Over the years, Max Holloway's chin has become truly legendary in the eyes of fight fans. While many have tried, nobody has been able to truly crack the chin of the former featherweight kingpin. Even when he went up to fight Dustin Poirier at 155 pounds, Holloway's chin held up, absorbing quite a bit of punishment over the course of the fight. The way Triple C Henry Cejudo sees things, if a fight between Holloway and Justin Gaethje winds up getting finalized, the highlight could very well be the first person to finish Holloway via strikes. Speaking in a recent video for his YouTube channel, Cejudo gave his analysis on the potential matchup.
He's got too much power for a guy like Max Holloway. He's going to chop Max Holloway's legs. He's going to calf kick him. He's going to bring in those crazy uppercuts. And he may be the first guy to actually knock out a guy like Max Holloway. So again, guys, you have to give it up to that strike. Justin, the highlight. Gaethje, I got him by either TKO or better yet, I got him by KO. He's just too big, man. He's too big and he's too strong, and he's gonna go out there and try to get rid of Holloway within 2 to 3 rounds.
As many were quick to counter, Holloway's pace and endurance has proven to be too much for even some of the best fighters in the world. So far, there's been no official word from the UFC on the bout. However, Gaethje's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, teased the bout on social media, creating plenty of hype around the potential BMF matchup while also putting the ball in the UFC's court. Next, let's take a look at Stephen Thompson will withdraw from Shavkat Rakhmonov fight. Joaquin Buckley doesn't believe that Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Shavkat Rakhmonov will collide inside the octagon on December 16th. While many are hopeful that Thompson will be able to pick up a big upset, others believe Rakhmonov will prove to be too much for the famed striker. While speaking in an interview with Middle Easy, Buckley expressed doubt over the fight happening. In addition, he revealed that he's staying ready just in case the fight falls through.
We looking at that Vicente Luque and Ian Garry, not Ian Garry, I'm sorry. I think it's Shavkat and Wonderboy. Right. And I mean, no disrespect to Wonderboy, he's always been a tough guy and always willing to take a fight, but for some reason he's telling me he ain't gonna show up to that one.
For Buckley, who is not ranked at welterweight, the fight would give him an immediate opportunity to compete with the best of the best at 170 pounds. In addition to Rakhmonov being viewed by many as the future of the division, the undefeated contender is also ranked number 5, meaning Buckley could leapfrog a number of contenders with a huge upset. Of course, it's important to mention that Wonderboy has shown no indication that he's thinking about pulling out, and any conversation about Buckley replacing him is purely speculative at this point. Next, let's take a look at Beneil Dariush breaks silence on Charles Oliveira loss. Prior to his recent loss over the summer, Beneil Dariush had already done enough to warrant a crack at the belt in the eyes of many fans. Despite that, he had one final hurdle: former lightweight champion Charles Oliveira. The fight didn't go Dariush's way, with Oliveira picking up a first-round win to cement his place as the division's #1 contender. Now, as Dariush looks to begin his climb back up the top of the lightweight ladder, he finds himself preparing to fight Arman Tsarukyan next weekend in Texas. Ahead of the fight, Dariush spoke with Submission Radio, where he discussed the biggest change he's made since his loss to Oliveira.
You know, I don't do my own nutrition. I mean, I was doing my own nutrition, and I love to eat out, to be honest with you. It's easy, right? We got a really good Mediterranean spots near us. And well, I will say this, burgers, I could eat burger every day. You bring to me I don't eat the French fries, but if you bring to me a burger every day and you say this is going to be your meal for lunch and dinner, I'm good. I won't complain. Yeah. That's how much I enjoy burgers. And I actually really like steak as well. Those are my things. But we love to eat out, and the quality of the food drops depending on the oils they use and how it's prepared. So
Ahead of his fight with Sarukian, Dariush has made it clear that he still has his sights set on capturing UFC gold. Given that the top-ranked contender is sitting at number 4 on the UFC's official rankings, with a couple quick wins, he will likely be right back in the mix for a crack at the title. The MMA community goes off on Israel Adesanya after he faked his next fight announcement in order to make some sales on Black Friday. He posted on Instagram for a fight date on February 17th against Alex Pereira at light heavyweight, only for it to scroll over to an ad to a shop for Black Friday. The MMA community had this to say about the post: "His career is finished. 80% off is crazy. They be getting no sales. Izzy and his fans are so irrelevant and in the mud that they celebrate a fake call out and a win that happened months ago. Man said Alex is obsessed with him, yet is using Alex to try to sell merch. LOL, Alex's son. That happens to prime sellouts. Haven't been a fan ever since." Top comments. Sean Strickland yet again says for us what we all wanted to. That's an event I'd tune in to watch. The passive aggressiveness between Nina and Helen was hilarious. Anthony Smith knows that Leon Edwards accepted the Khamzat Chimaev fight on more than one occasion, correct? Khamzat Chimaev has been shown that he isn't the scary guy everyone thought he was. Dustin has been saying that he's not moving to 170, but a lot of fans and media won't take no for an answer. The guy's walking weight is 172. Makes zero sense to fight at 170. Make sure to leave a comment and you might get featured in our next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss any MMA news. Check out our video from yesterday if you missed it. See you tomorrow.